If tongue and lip ties were just a tissue problem, then why do so many babies still struggle after they're released? Why do adults with no visible ties still have airway issues, jaw pain, poor posture, or chronic tension? The truth is, ties are rarely the root problem. Tension is. And here's another truth that nobody tells you. When your baby with a tongue tie also struggles with reflux, colic, constipation, or can't sleep lying flat, the tie isn't the whole problem. It's a sign your baby's nervous system is stuck in stress mode and struggling with a nervous system dysregulation, a problem that goes at least one level deeper than the tongue and lip ties themselves. Research shows about 10% of babies have a tongue or lip tie. But the babies who also have digestive issues, sleep disturbances, and can't calm down, that's not 4 separate problems, that's one nervous system showing up in 4 different ways. The revision addresses the tissue, but if the nervous system tension remains, the body recreates the restriction, and a perfect storm of neurological dysfunction likely still marches on. It's not surgical failure, it's your baby's body trying to protect something deeper. This video is for parents who feel like you've done everything right with the tongue tie release, yet feeding and sleep challenges still persist. Or you're watching this with a toddler or young child who has had the ties surgically revised years ago, but now still struggles with sensory issues, speech delays, motor tone and coordination issues, and developmental challenges. You'll discover why ties often come back or why struggles continue even after perfect surgical technique. You'll understand the nervous system connection and foundational root cause that most providers miss. And you'll learn how addressing the foundation first changes everything, not just feeding, but sleep, digestion, and your body's ability to regulate and calm. Now, we worked with a family whose daughter, Eris, struggled with the moment she was born. She couldn't stay latched and clicked constantly during feedings. Mom remembers these first hours. All Eris did was cry. Visitors at the hospitals gave those yikes and oh man, that sucks looks because this just was not content. And for months, they struggled to nurse. Eris was constantly gassy and fussy. If she wasn't being held, she arched her back and cried, and you could see the discomfort. A 5-minute car ride would set off the entire family because she cried the whole time. Now, they pursued a tongue and lip revision, but here's what made a difference. They addressed her nervous system both before and after the procedure. Mom kept Eris' adjustment frequency high because all the stress of her little body, and she could visibly see how Eris' body relaxed after each adjustment. The breakthrough? A trip to California where Eris was incredible through plane rides, car rides, restaurants, and slept great in a new environment. And today, she's full of energy and loving life, with no struggles eating, talking, or digesting. So, tongue ties are the most often symptom, not the root cause. Now, neurological tone dictates soft tissue tone. When your baby's nervous system runs in high stress mode, what we call sympathetic dominance, muscles throughout the body stay tense, including the tiny muscles and facial tissue around the tongue and jaw. Think of your nervous system like a car with 2 pedals. The sympathetic side is your gas pedal, mobilizing energy, increasing heart rate, creating muscle tension for protection. And the parasympathetic and vagus nerve side is the brake pedal, activating calm, relaxation, and regulation. When subluxation is present in the upper cervical spine and cranial bones, the gas pedal gets stuck on and the brake pedal doesn't work. And your baby's entire body stays in fight or flight, protection mode. Now, the body creates tissue restrictions as a protective response to this deeper dysfunction. Ties are compensatory protections, not the root cause themselves. The tongue is neurologically and fascially connected from head to toe. When there's tension anywhere in the system, the tongue often adapts by tightening, shortening, or appearing tied. Now, these tension patterns start early, and they stack over time. So, why do some babies have ties while others don't? It's accumulated stress during critical developmental periods. Prenatal stress, the sympathetic nervous system from mom and baby becomes frequently overstimulated and hardwired for stress over time. Altering how the baby's nervous system develops. Birth interventions, forceps, vacuum extraction, C-sections, induction, prolonged labor, apply forces to the delicate upper cervical spine and cranial bones. And this creates subluxation right where the vagus nerve and other important nerves that control the tone and tension of the soft tissues of the tongue, lips, and mouth originate from. And the vagus nerve and other cranial nerves control tongue movement, jaw coordination, swallow reflexes, digestion, heart rate, emotional regulation, and immune function. When cranial bones compress at the skull base during birth, it affects this critical nerve. And this is why your baby with a feeding challenge also has reflux and colic and can't sleep. It's not separate issues, it's one nervous system stuck in stress mode. And then prenatal maternal distress, birth interventions, trauma, toxin nutrition, etc., all layer tension into the system. So why releasing the tie is often not enough? Well, the nervous system is still stuck in fight or flight and sympathetic dominance. Muscles don't know how to relax on their own. Postural movement, breathing patterns haven't changed without addressing tension function doesn't fully change on its own. So addressing the foundation first equals real lasting change. To get real lasting change requires activation of the vagus nerve and parasympathetic side of the nervous system equals rest, relaxation, and regulation. Structural balance plus proper alignment. If this isn't restored, the subluxation, tension, dysregulation pattern comes right back. And if the nervous system doesn't feel safe, the body will retighten. That's why tension care before and after release is so critical. So what are the positive side effects of getting your baby adjusted? Well, sleep improves, digestion improves, congestion clears, your baby is happier, more regulated, more connected. And these are signs of a nervous system shifting to a balanced, regulated state. Now, sometimes this journey to get here on the outside is not so easy and straightforward for our little ones, and they end up in a stuck in stress and tension mode. Neurologically focused chiropractic care works to release and clear out that underlying nervous system tension so that everything can shift and improve. Not just feeding, but sleep, comfort, digestion, and the ability to thrive. Now, if you're ready to address the foundation instead of chasing symptoms or going back for another revision, comment TIES below, and we'll send you additional resources and a link to get scheduled with our office, Vanella Chiropractic, right here in Virginia Beach. Your little one and entire family deserve root cause solutions that don't just chase symptoms, but get all the way into the foundation. And that's where lasting results truly come from.